Ladies and gentlemen, Hard Nosed Derby Podcast.
Locals
Slater.
and Macon.
Yep.
One thing that you've hit on earlier, not sure when, but how a lot of these guys don't put out the results. They put some pictures, but the world of social media kind of helps it out a little bit.
Don't forget about the state fair. We didn't get to talk about that the other day. Did we?
Yes, sir, we did.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there was 76 fucking cars down there. That was the official results.
76?
Yes, sir.
How many classes? There was a shitload, wasn't there? Like 6 or 7 classes, something like that.
But Slater did 66 with 3.
Yes. I think 40, roughly.
Ah, fuck. Hold on.
We don't want to get in trouble.
I didn't get my PP snide.
Because I think they had 20 compacts, roughly.
Stop. Just get
No, I want us to get his fact check one more time.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I can't find it.
They had good car count.
They did.
Damn good car count.
Especially for this year.
Did they run heats?
I can't answer that.
See, that's promoters. List your fucking results,
We
please.
need the information.
Yes.
For me to properly cover your shit. Because I can't be at every derby.
No.
We've tried. It costs too much. And I'm fucking sick of it. Like, you can only go watch so many of them motherfuckers.
You can only go watch so many local
Yeah.
derbies. Mr. Austin Schaefer pulled out another win.
He did.
I think
He
that's
did.
number 2 for the year.
Yeah.
Solid runs. I think.
Looked like he still has a car left.
You think? It looked a little fuckered.
Pictures are hard to...
Correct. Pictures are hard to justify on how bad shit's been.
Looks like local boy here pulled out the points championship.
For Showtime officials, yes. Looks like Garrett Baker won it. It was close. Because I think Cody...
Because I'm pretty sure he won, right?
He did, yeah. They announced that part, and I think Cody was maybe second, and Tyler Pickens was maybe...
Third, yeah. And
Yeah.
then Stephen Lawrence.
Was it... I don't know if they were tied. Cody and Tyler might have been tied. So that one, how they finished, that's how that was going to
Right.
play out.
It's just so hard to do that, and we've talked about that points deal because they did it between all the classes.
We had talked about that. That's why it cost us about $5,000 the last show of last year, because that's the only right way to do it,
In my opinion.
in my opinion as well. Anybody can, if you're running for the points. My stock car is pretty fucked up. It's gonna take some work.
Throw a good together.
Yep. Hey, homie got a van right down the street. Let's throw a cage in this bitch, move the fuel tank and roll. You show up points. You might get lucky, pull out a top 5, top 3,
Or win
something
another
like,
one.
or win it.
Because that's what's crazy about that gut and go to me is you see so many different winners.
Oh, there's almost no
Whether it's
repeat
the-
winners.
Whether it's the first time in a gut and go. Seriously.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I mean, I've said that time and time again. That fucking class is so unpredictable.
It is. Because the guys that you see that kind of stay in that realm all the time, the Dylan Patricks,
Mm-hmm.
the Zach Frudigs, Cody Meyer,
Right.
a lot. You'll always see those guys always, unless something fucking stupid happens, they're always in the top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5, most of the time, top 3.
But you've got like my brother-in-law. Like every time that fucker gets in a gut and go, he's gonna bring money home.
Yep. Unless something fucking
it's
stupid happens.
Something ignorant. But every time that dude gets in one.
Yep.
Paul Arnell. He usually walks away with a mad dog.
Yep. And he might have some dumb shit happen that takes him away from the win, but he's always in there cashing checks.
I got to see a little bit of video from it, and it looked like there was some looks like they were turning it up.
Was they?
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch
it.
it.
Now that you say that, I think they might have run heats.
Because I was thinking I saw some pictures, and it only looked like there was about 8 or 10 cars out on there.
Fuck, I hate heats.
Now, let's explain why we hate heats.
We've explained it.
Yes, but for the new listeners, why we hate heats. Unless you've got 60 fucking cars,
and it don't matter.
And then you can still split it.
Yes. And you've seen me do that how many times?
Mm-hmm.
Steven, we've got 48 stock cars.
2 features of 24, bitches. Let's roll.
Split it.
Yes.
I'll double down. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll get reamed over trophies.
Yes. The crowd gets, in our opinion, the crowd gets a better show.
100% they do. I have less of an opportunity to make a bad judgment call. And I get sick of seeing the same fucking cars run all night.
Yep. So
the heats are going to be stupid anyway unless you get a bunch of fuckers out there with an agenda.
Yes. Such as Madison.
There was a fucking...
There was an agenda?
There was a clear split line.
Yes.
You seen it.
Oh, yeah.
There was no denying it.
I don't think there was an agenda. I think it was just the line was drawn in the sand, and that's how they went it. That is the only time. But I'm going to tell you right now, shit got hurt in the heat.
Unfixable shit.
Yes. So...
That's like the 1 in 15 that you see where heats are a good thing.
Yeah.
But
just think about that.
I don't want to drag fucking parts with
me.
Fuck
that. That's the deal. Okay, we saw, in Madison, we saw 2 heats. Just think if that was a one and done. That shit would have been rowdy for 30 minutes.
I probably would not have had a car to take down. So.
No. Fuck no.
Because honestly, all bullshit aside, we all got to talking about it. I think my battery cable was somebody getting in and out of my car. Is what we think was the...
Yeah.
And if I would have been on track, nobody would have been getting in and out.
Correct.
Because I had a hard enough time getting in and out of it. But heat's stupid. Sometimes they're necessary.
Correct. There is.
Especially if you're playing with somebody else's money. That was the cool thing about mine. It was my money.
It's a little bit
like
different.
J.G. Whitworth of that motherfucker.
Now, there is certain circumstances and instances where, you have to.
It's a lot cooler if you could just build the track bigger.
Correct. You could,
How much did you get on there? Fuck, I don't know, 35, 40?
35 was
fucking
tight.
35 on there.
35 was tight.
That was too many. Hindsight's 20/20.
But, Pleasant Hill, that'll be heat. The very next weekend we go to Utah. We know that's heat.
Yeah, but you already know what's going to be there.
Yes, you've got 40 to 50 bad dudes that...
Yeah, that platform was announced that way. County fairs are not.
Nope.
We run into that one show, we had 180 fucking cars. I didn't have time to run heats.
Oh. If we would have run heats, it'd have been 5 in the fucking morning.
Well, I already didn't get out of that motherfucker until 5 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we would have been running fucking cars on the track at daylight.
That's not fun.
We did the only logical thing we could do. Split features. Fuck it.
I wish more... I wish more promotion groups pretty local to this area would do that as well. But a lot of these guys, they don't... That's the difference between them and what Filthy was. is because 90% of the time it was Filthy's money,
Yeah.
not the Fair Board's money. Fair Board's justified payouts, but the cool Fair Boards that we got to work with, you could have said, dude, this is
That's
what's
what
going
we
to
gotta
happen.
do.
We got 50 of these motherfuckers. We good to split and just double the payout? We're going to have their first question, will the show be better?
Yes.
Hell yes, it will be. You got 25 dudes going balls deep.
People followed us because we did shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody can say what they want because I've heard it before. You were out, you were trying to make a paycheck. Fuck you. That's all I can say.
That's pretty fucking comical.
Because yeah, was there money to be made there? I'm not going to say that you couldn't have made money.
Correct.
I had the following I had because I invested the money back where it needed to go. You know, if we made $12,000 off a show, I rolled it
Mm-hmm.
into the next one. Because I don't think people realize how many checks out of my personal fucking account was written to get those first 3 or 4 derbies to roll.
Yeah. That's the kick.
You know how fucking mad my wife was? That first show we had, and I was like, she's like, how are we covering these payouts? I said, well, I wrote the fucking checks out of our account. She's like, out of our account? I said, yeah, out of my savings account.
Mm-hmm.
She said, what? It's almost winter. I said, well, you better hope this fucking show works.
Yep. Yeah, that's the justification of whose money it is. So, but I think that's where these promoters need to really think.
Talk to your fair boards.
Correct. Think deep and hard. What can we do to better this? We got 40 cars showing up. Let's figure out a way to not run heats.
Yeah. And 90% of your drivers are on board with that too.
I'm going to say 95, if not more. Drivers
Well, because
nowadays do not like
pisses
fucking
me
heats.
off worse than catch Mel on this one. All right, we had 14 cars show up, 2 heats of 7. Taking top 4.
Rest
Three
go,
on
to
the consi.
rest go to the consi.
Nobody comes back to the consi.
Or 3 show up for the consi.
Send them straight through. Why in the fuck did we just run heats?
Bingo.
So you're telling me I just went out there and fucked my shit up?
Mm-hmm.
This dude's battery died. They pulled him off the track. He went and charged his fucking battery.
Or swap a battery. And he's got a fresh fucking car getting ready to
The
come in
feature
here for
didn't
the
have to
fucking
go the
feature.
long way.
Yep.
Fuck that. Here my shit is, we're back there with fucking sledgehammers and jacks and a winch on a fucking trailer.
Yep.
Trying to get the nose of the cocksucker down so I can go back out.
Yep.
And here this bitch is in his fresh car with a dead battery.
Fresh old iron.
Yeah, well, okay, so I can... Well, my battery can start dying too.
Mm-hmm.
People catch on to that shit.
Correct. I've seen so many, and I'm not going to call out any names, but I've seen a good group of guys, buddies, go out and they draw the same fucking heats.
Thump, 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 thump.
Man, the 2 broke off pretty fucking quick. It doesn't look like the fuel pump's working. Well, about that time, throw the checkered flag and drive that bitch off the track.
No, it was a loose wire.
Yeah. I figured it out after I broke. After I broke, I figured it out. Bullshit. That's playing the game. So when you get these guys to run heats, they're going to play that fucking game. They're going to manipulate anything possible.
And I don't fucking blame them for $1,000.
No. I don't either. No. I mean, that's like the thing, go to
I mean,
places.
fuck, we were paying them $1,800 and not making them run heats.
Correct. None. It's fucking stupid.
I don't want to do it anyway.
Nope.
I have been treating demolition derbies like golf the last year and a half I was doing it.
Motherfucker, I make money off golf.
Listen to me. What's the point of golf? To play the least amount of golf, right?
Correct. The least amount of strokes, yes.
Okay, so demolition derby is the same way. I want to put on the best derby with the least amount of derbying.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm picking up what you're throwing down. Yeah.
Because if I can run them cars, run that first heat, get them guys piled up, get them pushed on the trailers, get them ready, they're back up there. They're drinking beer out of my beer garden. They're buying shit from my concession stand. They're up there jumping in on that 50-50. They're doing all that shit. Instead, nope. I'm gonna send fucking 12 of them back there to go beat on cars for the next 3 hours with the rest of their group that's with them.
Mm-hmm.
So none of them motherfuckers are up here buying no beer off of me. Ain't none of them up here buying a cheeseburger.
Yep.
Because they're too worried about getting the fuck car fixed so they come back up and run for me again.
And we know in the world of...
you got to look at it from the business and the driver's stand side.
A lot of the guys don't.
Well, we got to get this show drug out longer. Well, you know how many times I've heard people, what the fuck are we doing?
Bingo.
Why do you think every track that we had a hand in building, we put two entrance, or there was an entrance and an exit?
Yes.
That way, whenever the fucking heat was over, twice as many exits to get them goddamn cars in.
Even if it was two on one end or separate ends.
Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I did not want skid loaders waiting on another skid loader to get a fucking car off track. Get them off track, boys.
Yep.
And I don't give a fuck where you put them. Put them on top of each other out there. Okay, I'm done with those. I'm ready for the next one. So is the crowd.
He's being fucking serious. He is.
Yeah. Well, how are we going to move these? I don't know. Put that one on the ground and start pushing.
Yep.
That's why I got you all 100 horse skid loaders. Go.
Yep.
And you've seen the crowd's reaction from that. Holy shit.
Yes.
Palmyra was fucking insane.
Yes.
I know I come back to that and I'll pat myself on the back every time we talk about it. We split a track. Heat. Drop the fucking red or drop the checkered.
Go to the other side.
Walk 100 foot. Throw the green.
Yep.
Drop the checkered. Walk 100 foot. Throw the fucking green.
Because as soon as that checkered was done and you guys went to the other end to throw the green,
they were dragging
them bitches off. And the other ones were already in staging to pull right up on. Guess what? Done. Go here, throw that green, drag them bitches off too.
I've been going, whoa.
Correct. Yeah.
There's no dead space.
Nope. But that's what had to be done for that amount of cars for one day.
Yes.
I don't know how many times we said it. We wanted to fucking die.
Yes.
Because we were there at roughly 10 o'clock on Friday morning. And we got to the hotel at 2 o'clock Sunday morning.
I got drunk as a motherfucker.
Yes, you did. That was self-inflicted. You could blame Bobby.
Skinny had a little hand in that shit, too.
He did. Yeah, he did. But there's that. I wish these promoters would get on board. I'm serious. I'm not bashing any promoter out there.
Well, no.
In this area, I'm not. But if they would just sit back and think how much better a show the Fair Board is going to have, the spectators that have paid that $15 to get in, or however fucking much it is to get in to that show, how much better of a show they're going to get to watch without heat.
You don't know how many times I've had a Fair Board come up to me, hey, we need to drag our feet on this. We're getting through this pretty quick. Not doing it.
No. Unless it's time to put a little bit of water on this bitch or scrape
we've got
it
a
off.
little bit of a, we've got a good cause to stop for 20 minutes or whatever. I'm not having a fucking intermission.
Correct. The only time that I remember ever doing any kind of intermission, to help people.
Yes.
Whether it was fundraising for,
the
girl, the cancer girl, son of a bitch, Wayne Walters.
Yeah.
After his motorcycle wreck.
Brandy Neal.
Yes. That's different.
We stopped for Blake.
Correct.
But as far as us just, hey, we're going to take an intermission. There might have been a time where I was like, hey, Derek, give me 15. I need to get my guys something to drink.
Correct.
But there was always a legitimate reason. It wasn't just, hey, let's drag our feet so we can sell some shit.
110 fucking degrees. They needed some water. They've been up there on the dirt. That's
Right.
that's a little bit different story.
Because, like I said, I'm not bad mouthing these other promoters either. And it is so much different because I've went and worked for these fair boards too. I don't like having I don't like being pulled back on. I don't like that leash being pulled back on me. That's why it was always worth the financial risk on my end because I could put on a better show. Not saying I was smarter than anybody, but I fucking thought I was.
You just think about Salisbury last year. Street stocks. Only had 8 cars. But they were bad fucking 8 cars.
100%.
So if you would have had 16 cars, somebody else would have tried to put them in heat.
Right.
Hurt their shit. Or not so much hurt it, but wore it out a little bit. And then had to turn around and go with less of a car in the feature. No. That's what these guys got to understand. If you've got a feature such as Austin Schaefer, Blake Holtz, Cody Hendren, Landon Wynn, then you throw Robin Trey Hewer in it and Colton Case Doyle and Grant Bowling, let them get it the fuck on.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be, well, let's just play that bullshit. There's no play out. It's fucking on.
And like, you talk about support and stuff. Those Eddie boys drove 5 cars down there, and poor Zane Chick was the odd man out.
Correct.
Them boys put on a show where that crowd would have never have known they were even together.
Nope. No, they were hitting each other.
It took 2 of them out before Zane did.
Yes.
Before Zane went out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just telling you, whatever you do for the drivers do for you.
They're going to put that show on. If you let them. But if you collar them back a little bit, have that shock collar on them, where they're starting to get out of hand, but they know in their head, I'm going to hurt my shit. I got to back it off.
I had a hell of a lot harder hitting shit with no heats.
Promise you.
Except for our team show. That shit was wild. Those fucking heats were wicked.
There was some fucking junk made.
In the heats.
In the heats.
But they knew they were getting plates.
Correct.
They knew they had time to work on some shit. Not much.
No, a couple hours. I mean, that's all they had. And that was that whoever passed tech first got to choose. They want to be first, or they want to be last. That was their choice. And every one of them said, fuck you, I want to be first.
Yeah.
And I'd asked them, why? I have more time to work on my shit. So you go to these local county fairs, you run a heat. What do you got? 45 minutes? If there's not an ambulance called out, a fire, or something like that. You have roughly 45 minutes.
Well, especially when you're talking 30-car derbies.
Yes. Not 100. So, promoters, get with your fair boards. Get this shit lined out. Talk to them. Say, hey guys, if we got 40 or 50 cars in one class, you good with just doubling the payout? We'll split it. Have 2 really good features. And then they're going to ask, well, how are we going to get those 2 features done? Well, the people that you would have in Heat 1 or Heat 2, let them draw. You're in Heat 1. You're in Heat 1. You're in Heat 2. You're in Heat...
Well, what we always do is go down the fucking list.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yep. A lot of people thought it was bullshit. Well, you're keeping them apart or you're keeping them together. I said, motherfuckers, that's how y'all signed in.
I did not tell you how to pull in here.
No, didn't tell you how to sign in either. Because that's how they did it. When they signed in, that's how it went. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ain't our fault. Guess you should have went to Casey's and grabbed some more beer.
Yeah, but you talk about like the last few shows that we had. Your wife was putting names down as the text sheets come in.
Correct.
So it was how you were fucking teched and when you passed.
Yep. Exactly.
So right there, I took chance out of it at that point.
Yep.
This was on you. How you come to the tech line.
Yep.
How you went through whether you passed or not.
If you would have passed the first time, you wouldn't have had to worry about it. But when you got to go back and cut for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Now you don't know where the fuck you're
Sorry about you. You know, but like I said, I wish they'd kind of all get on board and get with the fucking program is what I'm saying.
Which Huff, I get him. You know, I understand why he run Heats. If he had 40 cars, 40
Yeah.
stock cars, I get it. I understand.
He's not the money man either.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
And I mean, he said that.
Yeah.
You know, he is not the money man.
Right.
This was the only show that they do under that promotion.
Right.
Goatee Promotions. Everything else has just been Fairboard, Higby FFA, or whatever. So I know he listens. So I'm hoping he can go and take what we're saying. I mean, just don't take it with a grain of salt. You will have a better show without Heat.
Right.
Promise you. Promise
Well,
you.
and it's less sweat off your dick, too.
Yes. Yeah. So do you want to have him come out and run a heat? You got enough cars to run a consi, and then you got to do a feature. Or
Some of these cars, now take it in mind, you might be judging some of these cars 3 fucking times.
Correct. Yes.
That ups your chances a lot of fucking somebody over.
You could fuck one guy 3 times. That is humanly possible.
And that's super gay.
Only if you moan. I told you that. So, let's go into a little bit. Look like over in Slater, they had a shitload of cars. The Vosmers look like they did work 1, 2, and 3 in the Weld Compact class.
Yeah, because I seen Josh Gordon put on Facebook, there's a ton of cars in Slater. And I told him, I was like, well, most of these cars weigh over a ton, so that doesn't take very many. How many fucking cars are that stupid?
He didn't answer that
He didn't answer.
comment either. Already hit on it. Schaefer, Austin Schaefer won it in the stock class. Landon Wynn got second. I never saw who got third.
I mean, either.
So that's what we're going back to. Promoters, list your fucking results.
Tell us. Just tell us. That's all. I just want to know.
I don't know who won the gut and goes. Not a clue.
And I looked. Like, they posted some stuff.
There's pictures, but when you go kind of that far west, you know, you get a lot of Kansas City guys that don't run around here. A lot of, Richmond, Platte City, Marshall area. Those guys just don't run around here. So seeing a face doesn't really justify to me who they are. Don't get me wrong. I know a lot of fucking people in this game, but if I don't know them, I don't know them. But congrats to Showtime officials, Goatee Promotions.
Your rules are still done. I mean, congratulations on your show. I'm not backing up on that.
No.
Hopefully you'll come sit down at this meeting that I'm going to try to put together here real quick, and hopefully we can all get on the same page.
Yes.
Because I still don't like the rules. And I guess I shouldn't say they're stupid, but I don't like them.
Correct.
Huffy, you know that I couldn't just give you all the credit.
I went to Macon. I got to announce over there.
You're not done with that shit yet?
They were actually told after it was over that I've got one more derby to announce this year. And I told some peckerhead sitting next to me that I would announce one next year. And that is it. Serious.
Which you would have been at the one I'm having next year anyway, motherfucker.
Oh, I know.
Because of who's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been there anyways, but
Now you just got a better seat.
I am. I'll kind of get into. I was done anyways, but this just kind of topped the cake, I guess I would say.
I'm gonna hold on before you get too far into this. I'm gonna say something that I have told so many fucking people that have chewed your ass over the years. He's just the fucking announcer.
And I said I was going to make a shirt. And I
She
said,
didn't
"No."
make a shirt.
All he does is He tells you all what's going on the track.
Yes.
He's not out there making the fucking calls ever. He is the fucking announcer.
Yep.
He tells you who's in what's car.
Yes. And how you finished.
And what I have told him to tell people. But as far as any fucking call made on the track, the announcer doesn't do that.
Nope.
Because not once have I seen any of my officials on the fucking dirt with a microphone.
No. So, we'll go to Macon. MJC Promotions. Raining like a bastard.
I commend him for following through.
We left the house and I got between, I don't know, Cairo and Jacksonville, and I told her, call Junior from my phone. He said, Junior answered, he says, yeah, what's up? I was like, is this still happening? He's like, yeah. I was like, it's pouring its ass off right on me. He said, well, that already came through. We're already working on the track. Okay. So I get there. These dudes are plowing water as they're running skid loaders. They did the best that they could. But here's the other scenario. They did make a post on Facebook that they were going to have a late start because of that. The problem being there was cars coming in way past the end of tech because they weren't positive on the rain or shine. So they're like Zane. Zane didn't get there till late. Oh, Zane T.
Right.
Because who wants to go out there and cook their shit when it just rained 2 inches in 30 fucking minutes? Because that's what it did. So we had the delay and we got through everything, and Macon Fire Department and the rescue squad actually took Macon over for this year. This was their first time doing it. Great people to work with. Jeff is the one who actually called me and got me to come over and announce it. And like I said, great people to work with. And he they got it through in their lap about the middle of July when Macon Fair Board decided that they weren't going to do one. They said, hey, Jeff, do you guys want to do it? He said, well, we're going to be out there helping. He's like, oh, no. We want you guys to take it over. And he was, oh, shit. Curveball. So they were going into it blind.
Oh, yeah, I got a phone call over that deal. I was like, Nope, call Junior.
30 cars. Here's what I'm going to tell you. We've always said quality over quantity. Okay. When you have even gut and goes, you had number 130. Some bitch, what's his name? He's run our shit before, usually in a van. Did you leave your notebook at home? Is it something Patrick?
I don't remember writing that name down.
So number 130 and his family was with him. God damn it, I am sorry, I'm drawing a blank on this dude's name. Andy Patrick. Andy Parrish. Andy Parrish.
Because there was Andy and there was
I think he had some family with him. They ended up 1 and 2 right there at the end. Little Pop, she ran. Caden on street tires in mud, didn't work out real well. 27X, his last name was Ward. He was wearing dudes out in a fucking van. They didn't have a lot of them, but they had quality. You go to
it just sucks. I want to see car counts at every show.
Yes, you do. But like we said a couple weeks ago, when there's 30 fucking derbies in 3 weeks, what are you supposed to do?
And it was raining its dick completely off.
Yes. Hobo class, you had the likes of Teddy P, Zach O'Neill.
Chad Bostic.
Yes. Doing Zane T. I think it came down to replay of Shelbina. It came down to Zach and Teddy. Teddy in fresh car. Zach in the same car that he had at Shelbina. I actually did get to talk to Zach. He didn't have time to build the fresh one, so he figured I'm just going to try to come get a paycheck, limp it down to what he could. I looked at him and said, "You're going to bag your dick off, ain't you?" He said, "Would you expect anything less?" I was like, "Bullshit. Don't give me that." But it came down to Teddy and Zach, and I'm pretty sure Zach's transmission cross member was plowing the dirt. It was tore it pretty bad. Compacts. The entire JYD team showed up, and a couple DNR guys.
So all the JYD guys showed up?
Yes.
They didn't leave one trailer?
No, sir.
Clayton wasn't there?
No, sir.
They finally got through.
They did it. They ran one, and they fucking ran one. I've never seen so many guys that run together junk their own shit on their teammate shit. They might be wanting to get their shit pulled out of them for Blizzard Bash or because I know they're going over there. I'm drawing a blank of who won. James Smith got third. A guy I don't know. A guy I don't even think I've heard of won it. A guy, like I said, a name doesn't ring a bell to me who ended up winning. So we're going to bypass your favorite class and go right to the stock cars. I told you over the phone when you get Junior Eddie, Denny Weaver. Junior was in his pretty wore out caddy. Denny had a slick fucking new style. That was right.
I'll say that.
That was right. Matt Gill, Sidney Weir. Justin Baker's first time, to my knowledge, in a big car. Justin always ran compacts. He was in a big car. Mason Larson. Grace Larson. When I saw him pull in, I knew we was going to have something to watch. Teddy's car was not very hurt from the hobo, so he got, he was getting ready to drive off the track. He did what he did in Paris last fall. Paid his extra entry and run it in the stock class. I got to talk to Junior before they went out, and all the Eddie guys, just as they are, super nice, super cool. I will tell you that they did ask me a question when I was over there conversing with them. It was Junior's wife's birthday. As it was catching on fire, I did announce there probably went Nikki's birthday present. Junior just putting on a show. That's the way he is, wide open. Didn't give a shit who he was hitting. He was hitting everybody. Don't matter. Mason got a right rear tire pop decently early. And then he ended up roasting the left tire completely off of it. I think Mason ended up getting fourth. So it came down to three. It came down to Teddy, Sidney Weir, and Matt Gill. Matt and Sidney build out of the same shop. Whether they're not family or not, they've been around. Sidney's been around Matt since he was a little boy. So we're going to try to converse on this without hurting a bunch of feelings.
Well, and this is all strictly opinion based. You know this. I was not there.
Mm-hmm.
So anything that I say is based strictly off what I seen on video.
On video, yes.
Nobody likes to make calls like that. We've seen it before.
There's no easy way to really talk about this.
There's not. I don't know. Team driving is such a fucking touchy subject in the sport.
Yes, it is.
Whether I agreed with the call that was made or not, that was their show to run.
Yes.
If they feel like that is the call that needed to be made and they stuck behind it,
So be it.
more power to them.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not I would have made the call, it don't really fucking matter, does it?
Nope.
The people sitting in the stands that were watching it that didn't like the call.
Need to realize he's only the fucking announcer.
Thought I was going to jail in Macon County.
I will say this again. If you don't like the calls that are made in these sports, you go take the risk.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's easy to jump on somebody's dick about a bad call.
Mm-hmm.
You were pretty hard on fucking Tim Clark.
Oh, yeah.
After we finally got to sit down and talk to Tim, it brings a lot of shit to light.
It does. Oh, yeah.
And I'm not calling you out on that because everybody was hard on Tim Clark over that.
Oh, I guarantee you.
Anytime you make a call like that, whether it's somebody you know or whether you don't know, there's going to be repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
Either way that call went.
Yeah.
There's going to be there'll be people that agree with it. There's going to be people that don't agree with it. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't fucking matter.
Correct. No dog in the fight. Not my pig, not my farm.
There's 3 people that if they had an issue with that call, that should take it up with that official group.
Correct.
And that would be Michael Gill.
Matt Gill.
Or Matt Gill. Sidney Rear. And Teddy Papadopoulos.
Mm-hmm.
Just like with Tim Clark and Cody and all that shit, you know, I always voiced my opinion, but I tried to stay out of it because it wasn't my fucking deal. Did I think it was a shit call? Yeah. Do I think this is a shit call? Well, I wasn't there. I had 2 videos to look at. Never got to see it from the other side. And again, just like I said for Blizzard Bash, I did not get to hear what they stopped the Derby and went out and told those 2 drivers.
Correct.
Whenever I made calls like that, I knew what the fuck I went out there and told them. And I think whenever you catch backlash off that, you assume that the spectator, you know...
Heard what they said.
Yeah, that they knew why you were doing what you were doing. And they don't, ever.
Correct.
I loved my fans. I loved my spectators. But they definitely had blinders on when it come to that shit. Because they were there to watch cars run into other cars.
Correct.
They didn't give a fuck whether 2 of them that were painted kind of the same color. The fans don't know that you and him build out the same shop.
Mm-hmm.
You standing on the dirt, you know.
You know. Yep.
So, take it how you will. Good call, bad call. I bet they have another Derby.
Oh, yeah. They'll Derby again. They'll Derby again. I mean, but I did get that Snapchat that said that they're going to put them away for the winter.
Right.
You know, so I didn't get to talk to Sidney or I didn't get to talk to Matt. So here's how this kind of played out. I did get informed that night, Saturday night, that they had stopped the Derby several times to voice opinions to drivers. 1, to turn it up. 2, no team driving. Our rule for team driving was there's got to be daylight. There has to be daylight you cannot hold. And contact with the other ones. So
My drivers wanted that. That's how they wanted it.
Mhm.
I asked. So what do y'all want me to do about this team driving stuff? You get 3 guys, don't let them do it. And then everybody else was, make sure they're not holding. That's what you want.
Correct.
Yeah. Sorry, 3 guys.
Yep. The other 80 overtook you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it came down to those 3. Matt Gill went out in third. Sidney Weir went out in second, and Teddy won.
Fucking situation. There's nothing good to come out of it.
Nope.
Not a good fucking thing that can come out of it.
The only
Because
issue.
either way, you're a cocksucker.
Oh yeah. The only issue that I had is
And it's usually from the drunk fuck
this
that
dude.
has been stumbling up against the fucking...
Correct. That probably don't know
the fence.
jack shit about derbying, except he goes once a year.
No, he drove his Ultima.
How about his Dale Earnhardt Jr. Monte Carlo?
Whatever.
You know, and we had talked. Why I told you I would never promote again is because I lost my shit last year. I'm 46 years old, guys. I've always prided myself in keeping my cool. When I'm taking an ass eating for something that I had no part in.
Yeah, at least whenever you was getting your ass chewed at Filthy Promotions.
Correct. And I did a pretty good job of holding it, except for that last one. Well, this old boy, he started in on me pretty fucking bad. And I told him, I said, guys, I have nothing to do with this. I'm just the promoter, or just the announcer. I'm not promoting. I have no call in this. And he kept on it. So I turned the microphone off and I set it down and I stood up, and our editor over here, she's grabbing shirts and shit. And, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Just stand up.
I stood up rather
with
fast.
A fucking purpose.
I did stand up rather fast. I voiced my opinion. He backed the fuck up. And I thought I was over and done, and here comes one more. So I did tell the guys at the end of it, after it was all said and done, I said, that shit right here is why I'm done. And he said, well, you'll still do ours next year, won't you? Guys, I just told you I was done. But, like I said.
But we've all made, like I said, I've made them calls. I've had to. I've had to do it. One that always comes back and still feel terrible about it, but it was a call that had to be made at the time. I made the call and I stood behind it. And that was breaking off Rick Hammond at Mother's Day Madness. You know, over the filler.
Correct.
Behind his plate.
Mm-hmm.
I caught shit. Terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up with that guy. I learned a lot about derbying from him. Literally, I grew up in the shop, little, 5, 6, 7 years old.
But there's that, you get a bunch of guys that's working on a car. Rick truthfully, because I talked to him.
Well, I know.
Rick truthfully didn't even know it was behind there.
Right.
Because somebody else put the plates on.
Right. But it was a call that had to be made.
Yeah.
And I made the fucking made.
Yep.
And I made the fucking call.
Yep.
It is what it is.
Could that have changed the outcome of that derby? You're fucking right, it could have.
Yeah.
Because Trey was wheeling his dick off by himself.
Yeah.
So you add another car to his stable, and that.
But I guarantee you I'd call Rick Hammond right now. And he would do anything for me.
Yep.
There was another incident here in Paris. Rob Hewer. Caught hell over that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, good friends with the guy. Go over, hang out, shit like that. I made the fucking call, I stuck with it. That is one of the first times where he told me, fuck you.
But that proves that you can leave your feelings out of it.
Bingo. Because we've always said there's personal and then there's business. So when it's business has to overcome the personal side.
I couldn't have had the successful turnouts that we had had I had biased calls.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first Derby we ever put on, whenever I went back out there over the Blake Holtz deal, he hit a dead car. Car was turned opposite to him. Stick was broke. It was dark. You couldn't see the fucking stick.
Yep.
Made the fucking call and went out there, put a stick back on his car. Done deal. Go again.
Yep.
Stood behind the shit. And I will every time. And you've got to. People will commend you more for admitting your fuck up, but sticking with it,
Mm-hmm.
than they will if you go out there and change your fucking mind every time somebody yells at you. Because that's what you call being a little bitch.
That's when you get in your fucking feelings. And the 2,500 people in the stands
They can see that.
see that.
Why do you think if I did any screaming and yelling, it was in the fucking tech line.
Yeah.
Like, I did some fucking screaming and yelling in the tech line. But never did I run out on that track and scream and yell at anybody in their fucking car.
No.
I would never do that. Ever. In the tech line, yes, because there's not a bunch of fans back there watching.
Correct.
And I didn't build your fucking car.
But when it's out on that track, that's what. That's when it's hard to keep your emotions in check.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether.
Not for me, it was the fucking tech line, dude. I'm serious.
Well, what's good is because there was guys like Reno or Jerry or Tony or whoever. A lot of them guys, they didn't know a bunch of the guys around here. So
Right.
it's a little bit easier for them. They can go crawl up in somebody's ass and not feel bad about it.
Right.
When Reno broke off Josh Gordon in Columbia, he did that rather aggressively. But Reno has ran against him a lot. So I'm not saying that there was history there, but there's past Derby situations.
Yes.
Reno knew for a fact that Gordon knew better. Period. From jump. Motherfucker, if he's parked and you door shot him, not fireball shot him, door shot him. You ought to expect to get your shit broke off.
100%.
A little bit different when the dude's running 20 and you're trying to time a corner shot or something like that, and oh shit, I caught a door. Not overhaul the fucking dude's door. Josh.
He still argues with me over that.
Still?
Still.
Has he seen the fucking video?
He doesn't care.
He just wants to argue.
But yeah, I definitely have more trouble with people, because in the tech line, I was trying to make everything as fair as possible, and I think that's where my emotion showed through a lot, because of some of the disrespect that you would get in the fucking tech line, and I'm talking from their demeanor coming to talk to me, all the way down to the blatant disregard for the fucking rules. I'm not talking gray areas where that is clever. No, you put a pipe in the fucking frame rail of a van. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it made me want to hit him.
Yes.
Just because, like, to me, that's insulting my intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they won't catch. We had, what'd he say? We had to try something. No, you didn't, motherfucker. It's a van.
Yes. And I fucking got no.
Your 17-year-old kid is in a van. There's no fucking reason for you to be shoving quarter-inch fucking pipe in the fucking frame rails.
No.
No, that's...
That was the stuff that I had the issue with, because I never had trouble with the guy that come and was like, man, I knew it was questionable, but I tried it. It doesn't really say that you can't.
Well,
and then, Jerry, that's where Jerry would usually step in and be like, well, if you hadn't done this, and this, that we're giving you a little lenience on here, where you overlapped or this or that.
You would have been good with this one.
Good there.
But you can't have them all.
Right. So you pick what you want to fix.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I loved about our fair shows, because we tried to stay as close to our rules as possible without being over the fucking top over something that wasn't going to determine the outcome of a derby.
Correct.
We weren't worried about that half-inch of weld.
No. Worried about them 3 extra plates. something like that.
Yeah, I'm worried about a capped box.
Mm-hmm.
Something that is going to legitimately change the outcome of the Derby.
Yes.
That piece of chain, that's run here, frame rail to frame rail. Whatever, dude. Your plate's an inch long on your fucking arm strap. Go cut a little bit off of there.
Yeah.
Something like that. But that frame rail's stuffed. Fuck you. Put it on the trailer. You're 14 inches short up front. Put the motherfucker on the trailer.
Yeah. Then there's those guys such as Chris Williams and Sam Williams. I mean, Chance Ogden straight up said he got busted.
Yeah.
I capped it. This is what I tried to do. They gave him a choice. You cut this motherfucker smooth apart or save it for another day. But Chance, being the man he is,
you caught me.
Deal. I'll go cut this bitch. And he cut the whole fucking top of his rails off just to run it.
Uh-huh.
So I commend both sides when they do that. But it's those guys. Well, you didn't make such and such fucking cut it, and he's got the same shit. Show me.
And they can't.
Or they won't. Because
that
usually get punched in usually get busted right in the fucking chops.
Well, and I'm telling you right now that we never openly let somebody have something that we
saw.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Did shit get by us? Fuck yes, it did.
Somebody's gonna get something past every show, and I don't give a fuck who your tech is.
Eat a cock.
Yes. I have said it so many times. Compact cars are stupid fucking hard.
Oh, I thought, no, you take that hard off.
We know that. We know they're hard. These guys drive them nose out. If you break down some of the rules, there's no fucking way that they should be that hard.
Right.
So everybody is playing that game. Whether it's trying to one-up the other guy, get something past the tech, something's done. Do we know exactly what it is? No. But I'm not going to have you cut your entire fucking car apart to find it when I know the next 14 dudes in line have the same fucking thing done. Period. It's just like a mod car. Big mod car. Oh, you went... That weld's a half inch too wide on that plate. Or you manipulated that plate. Well, you told us you can manipulate the plate, and you still disqualified us. That's the same basic fucking scenario. Whether it's a Ford or Cadillac, Old Iron, GM, whatever. If you get 12 plates, that's all you got. I don't give a shit how you weld them on. 12 plates is 12 plates.
I'm just telling you that there's always going to be somebody that bitches. You have always done something wrong, and whether you have the shoulders to hold it or not is the determining factor of whether you make it in this sport or not.
Correct. That right there is why I told them that I was done, because I've got pretty fucking broad shoulders, but I can, and I've always said, if I deserve an ass eating, I'll take one. I've always said that. If I deserve it, fuck it. I'll be the first person to bend over and you can gnaw on it. Not no more. Not no more. So the easiest way to do it is to
step away from it,
concentrate on something else, and go with it. So, are you going to tell them
about what?
Live on air about September 9th?
No.
You pussy. There are some shows coming up this weekend. It is Labor Day weekend. I know Vienna is, I believe, Saturday, Swag, Josh Wagner. Friday is Mocane's World Fair. Lucky Sevens. So there's some derbies out there that you guys can catch this weekend.
Should have been a bad motherfucker Monday.
That was a couple years ago, bro.
It's a fucking good time, though, right?
Yeah, well, it was a pretty good time. Hell, I think I was home by 10 o'clock.
You're fucking here, right? And I had a pretty good buzz going on.
I didn't, because I always got to drive.
I got turned up after that moment.
That was the night we were talking on the walkie-talkies.
In the vehicles. I don't know how fucking far y'all were away from each other, but the shit worked. Everything is leading up to Pleasant Hill, Illinois, September 9th. Second
Fuck, I'm going to miss that goddamn derby.
annual Terry Lyerly Memorial Show. Well, see, I asked you if you were going to go ahead and announce it for the 9th, but you bitched out. But then you just said it. Somebody has a mandatory work trip that weekend. So he will not get to partake.
We'll be at Margaritaville at the Lake of the Ozarks. My wife's not even going with me.
Well,
I get to go sit through meetings.
I got us a room booked at the nursing home that night.
there is anybody who's listening, the Stagecoach
Great.
and Lodge in Pleasant Hill still has openings, I believe, because we just booked it on the way here. Kind of a little fucked up situation last year.
But hey,
We had
the bed
pecans
was
in the
comfy.
fridge that was in the room. I didn't have a shower, but I had pecans.
I had to wash my feet in the sink that we shared with the room next door.
It's we always talk about redneckish, but it's like
That's what Johnny told me our rooms are going to be.
We had to scoot the extra bed over in front of the door so nobody came in
our door wouldn't
because
even
it
lock.
wouldn't lock.
I was worried about Trey or somebody coming in shit-faced hammered because they stayed there as well.
Right across the hall, I think.
Yeah, pretty close.
Thank God
Their
the-
room was way cooler than ours.
Thank God the windows opened.
Yeah,
'Cause
the air conditioner didn't work. Yeah,
But hey, the bed was comfy.
but it's
Second year in
cheap.
a row, I'm missing this motherfucker.
Second year in a row, you're missing it. I'm not going to get over Friday evening. I do not get off in time, and by the time we get over there, I won't want a part of much of anything on Friday. But we're going to go over Saturday morning. We're going to have to do things a little bit different. There is no way that we can do an actual, air quotations, live podcast. But we're going to interview some people over the phone, video, that way, and we'll compile instead of having
upload it on Facebook.
correct instead of having 25 separate videos.
We're gonna put that shit on YouTube.
Yep, we can jump it up that way. So we're going to try to catch some of these guys Saturday morning as they're hopefully getting through tech on their retech from Friday night. There's some kind of some cool shit happening. Chance, a couple of weeks ago, he did announce that Jared Johnson is going to be coming over. He's not coming by himself. So
So I heard.
So you heard. So
Me and that dude follow each other on about every platform there is, whether
Jared?
it be TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat.
yeah, I've got, I think, something lined up. I just haven't said anything to you yet. For maybe a Thursday episode. But what's going to be really fucking cool is because Austin has the raffle car. It's Mopar. 4-door Mopar
I wanted to buy tickets so bad.
with a nasty motherfucking small block in it.
That's wicked. I watched him drive it the other day.
Well, that is the same motor that he had in that Mopar wagon that he stood straight the fuck up. And that's the last time that motor had ran in a car, which Austin did post that. So, would it be fucking cool to see a dude from Utah
End up
win the
car.
raffle car?
I wonder what it cost to rig that.
to rig it. I don't know how much gas they're bringing.
I guess. I mean, I've got a car, a Mopar, that all it needs is pulled on, 2 plates put on it.
But I think it's too much for the hobo,
You'd have to go up a class.
which would be the street stock. That's one way to get your shit out of it. I mean, they would completely get your shit out of it.
Just send it over there with Johnson. Hey, buddy.
I don't think it's got enough ass to it.
Well, he just have to deal with what it's got. Now, the first motherfucker that bitches to me about a free car.
So, like I said, we're going to try to do a little bit different that day.
Everybody be telling that dude, this is not how we build cars. Like, that's Steven Adams' job.
Morris even says, John? John? Daddy? John? Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
Fuckers. But, yeah, everything is really leading up to that one. $40,000 in payouts. $7,500 to win street stock. $4,000 to win hobo show. I think it's a couple grand for compacts.
The amount of Snapchats that I've got about hobo cars.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of insight. There's probably going to be some hobo guys there that you would never think would be in a hobo.
I know who you're talking about. I got to hang out with them the other day.
Yeah, you did. Then there's a
Fucking phenomenal fit.
there is my extra medium homie is going to be there as well. I'd say he'll be in a street stock if I'm going to guess. He hasn't told me.
It's going to be one you don't want to miss, ladies and gents. My ass, as soon as the motherfucking meeting's over, going straight the fuck back to the room. I'm taking my fucking PlayStation with me.
Logging in.
Yes, sir.
Because I think it's, if I'm correct, it'll be on derbytees.tv and it will be on Domination Motorsports TV as well. So either one of those, it'll get you in. I mean, the camera footage is great.
Well, I gotta see it.
Yeah, because it's going to get fucking nasty.
Okay, everybody, show up to that derby. All right, you ready for what I want to close on?
Oh, God. Okay.
We're fucking close to taking flight out this bitch. And I am fucking ready.
I'm going to ask, how many beers deep are you going to be in by the time we get on the plane? 3? Just 3? Just kind of take off?
I'm going to drink a couple whiskey drinks and fucking roll with it. You've seen me.
We don't depart until 2 p.m., so he's got a while.
I know.
Yeah, but you've seen me drink whiskey. Whenever I first start out with whiskey, I'm good to go.
Oh, yeah.
So I figure I get a couple good double shorts in me, and I'll be good to go.
You'll be good to go.
Especially with all the Xanax.
Half a bar, full bar.
Full bar. I snort that in the airport fucking bathroom.
Intravenously on the bathroom urinal. Oh, but yeah, killer shows coming up. and
I don't really snort Xanax.
And our asses are getting ready to go to Utah.
Very often.
Very often. Stick them up your bum. There wasn't a guest today, but there was enough to talk about. I don't think we needed the guest.
Oh man, I'm ready to fucking fly.
But there's going to be one next week.
Yes.
Then there's going to be one the week after that.
We're gonna hammer this motherfucker out Sunday, or?
I gotta send a text. I'll send a text as soon as we get done here. I'll shoot a text. So, thank you guys so much. How many are we at? Like almost 60 countries now, something like that.
I haven't looked in a while.
And people just keep adding on. So, thank you so much.
Keep them fucking rolling, man.
Yes.
how we got invited to a couple more derbies this week. People are going to have us in a fucking airplane all the time if we don't watch out.
October 14th, we're getting fucking drunk, though.
Yeah.
Twicey. That's some of that Southern Brethren.
Yes, sir.
And which I haven't even showed you yet. But I will show you right now, sir.
I talked to him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, is that your secret obsession revealed?
Son of a bitch. Hey, and his printer is up and going.
I know.
So if you guys
Broadhead fucking hit him.
yes, if you need any roof signs, if you need any door wraps, Justin Broadhead's of Broadhead Decals.
If you need just some stickers.
Yeah, he'll hook you up with window stickers and shit.
Fuck yes.
Broadhead Decals in Heber, Utah. He'll get you taken care of. We get to see his ass in a couple weeks.
I got to talk to our Minnesota friend.
Mm-hmm.
The one we had on the other day.
Yeah, Mr. Jake.
Yeah. He was telling me how much them fucking Imperials were worth.
This is the email I got with that logo.
At least it didn't say sexual favors or some shit. They invited us up
Yes.
beginning of August of next year.
And then I think there might have been an invite extended from Ohio.
Yes. Yep. And I did tell him we're going to get him on. We're just got to get through some shit here. And get through some shit. Because...
He just dropped a fucking ball.
Bingo. Yeah, he just dropped a bomb of their lineup and shit, what's going to go on, too. So, and we've always talked, that's something that we haven't really covered, is the Ohio/Pennsylvania stuff.
Right.
You know, so... That's going to be on our radar.
There's some other shit that I want to talk about next week, and I'm going to leave y'all with a little cliffhanger here. I was reading a little bit of Tim Clark stuff, Jr., on Facebook about why is stuff so good in this county, and then neighboring county it's not. We're going to jump into that hard next week. Because that's not just an Ohio thing.
No, fuck no, it's not.
No. So
It's an everywhere thing.
we're going to dive into that bitch.
It's an everywhere fucking thing. So, thank you, guys, again.
Yeah, we appreciate everything that everybody does for us. It's insane. Like I said, I know I sound like a broken record. Shit's humbling.
We still have the sites are still launched to get merch, hoodies, beanies, stocking caps, shirts.
It's almost time to shove a pumpkin up your ass.
I'm not getting a pumpkin nowhere near my ass.
You will. It's fall.
I won't.
It's coming.
Because we'll be leaving that night. I'm not riding 12 hours with a pumpkin stuck up my ass.
Oh, fuck. Not looking forward to that drive.
So, just keep it up, guys. We appreciate you.
Any last words?
Make junk, boys.